big ideas that change the world. Are some people just born with the ability to be creative and think big, or is it something we can learn? That's what we're going to explore in today's video. Hey guys, Sean DeSilva with buildstartups.com, and today we're going to explore the question of how to become more creative. A lot of people think that you can't really change your destiny and you're born with a certain amount of creativity, but Mark Levy, the author of Accidental Genius, shows us that's actually not the case. So here are the points he lays out for us. The first thing we want to keep in mind is that creativity does us no good unless we're able to actually act on it. And so we need to be able to force that output from our brain. There's this common idea that you're sitting down and just thinking to yourself, and then an idea just hits you in the back of your mind. And Mark actually argues that that's not the way that the best creative ideas come to us. So what he encourages instead is forcing output. And there's a few ways we can do that. One is just keeping up your speed. So imagine you're in a car and you're driving at 100 miles per hour. You're out of your comfort zone, right? And you're probably going to think of some creative solutions to keep on the road. And that's what consistent speed does for you. It forces you to reach into your mind and pull out those ideas. All the ideas aren't going to be that good when you're going so fast, though. You're going to come up with a lot of meaningless stuff because you're forcing yourself to keep writing even when you're uncomfortable. So that's actually okay. He says meaningless is good. So keep it up, keep writing stuff even if it's meaningless. The important thing is that you want to comfortably alternate back in between meaningful and meaningless. So the idea is to keep up the speed. You don't want to be completely meaningless and just write a bunch of gibberish. Make sure to alternate back and forth as is comfortable. So now that we understand the importance of speed on generating creativity, what other tools can we use? One of them is the focus changer, and all that is a very directed question. So if you're thinking along a topic and you write something good, then you think to yourself, wait a minute, that's pretty interesting. I should reach into that some more. So really all you have to do is ask yourself, what else about this is interesting? Where did this come from? What else relates? And that way you dig deeper into the issue and you bring out more and more creative potential that way. Now when you're doing this exercise, you always want to create a product. And the reason for that is because creativity is a process that can easily devolve into dreaming. And if you want to keep your ideas realistic and interesting and valuable, you need to create some end product with that. And for the creative thinker, that's going to be writing. So actually take your pen to paper and think about it instead of just ruminating in your mind about whatever you're envisioning. And finally, gamify. So what that means is to turn it into a game so you keep it lighthearted. And the game Mark recommends is the Lots of Ideas game. Why? Because it fits into the earlier theme of keeping up with speed. There's another game called the Best Idea game, and that one actually isn't so good for us because it puts additional pressure on you to think of the very best idea and at the exclusion of all the other ideas that you could have written down. So for our purposes, Lots of Ideas is better than trying to settle upon a best idea, especially when we're brainstorming. Now, Mark has taught a lot of people how to do this, and he says after 30 minutes, pretty much everybody starts getting a headache. So, because it is very stressful to think creatively like this. So what he recommends is constant resetting. And he literally says to disengage after 30 minutes. That's your cutoff time. Come back in 10 or even 20 if you're new to creative brainstorming. Take whatever time you need to replenish yourself and get back into the right state of mind. And you have to be pretty rigid about it, especially for entrepreneurs. I know you guys like to try and push the envelope, especially when it comes to working. And for creativity, that can be very counterproductive. So Mark suggests using a set timer, putting it on 30 minutes, coming back in 10 or 15, whatever you allot yourself to. So those are Mark's ideas on how to be creative. Now I want to hear what you have done in the past to come up with that really good creative idea. Post below in the comments and let me know. Also, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe. I come out with videos regularly for all things business. Or go to buildstartups.com, the entrepreneur's resource for learning how to quit your job and start your own business. All right, guys, this is Sean DeSilva signing out. See you next time.